And we're about to go live. I'll do a quick intro and then get the ball rolling on my end. Awesome. All right, guys, we are live for our next session speaker series today. I met this gentleman about a year ago at a conference in Atlanta,
Something like
and
that.
he was so fly. He had like the scarf, and I'm like, dude, this is a nice scarf. We started talking. I learned so much about him, and he was so knowledgeable, right? So I had to bring him on, guys. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for jumping on, brother. So here's how I'll do this, right? Before we get into the goodies, who is Tevah? Did I say it right? I'm really hoping I didn't mess up your name.
Yeah, no, you got it, man. You got it. Who am I? That's a hefty question.
That's how we gotta start. You gotta go hard in the beginning.
I see, man. He's like, I'm gonna come out with the gloves off already. I'm Tavaa the idea, man. And I am here to make a difference in the world. I believe in a double bottom line of profit along with social good. And so I like to consider myself, if you will, the Robin Hood of marketing, the
Mm,
person who takes the information that's usually only available to the largest, most successful companies, and brings it out to the people who actually want to make a difference in the world. To me, I believe that if all the small businesses, if all the artists and cultural influencers that meant to make a positive change, if all the nonprofits that are making an impact for communities had better outreach, were be able to generate more revenue and able to make more impact with what they do,
mhm.
that's how we change the world. So for me, marketing is not solely about money, solely about business growth. To me, the seriousness is this is what we need to make the world a better place and to save people's lives.
I love it. I love it. So you mentioned to me when I first met you, you're like, yeah, I worked at this really big company that all of us are on right now. Can you tell us about who did you work for and what did you do for these guys?
Yeah, yeah. So I spent five years on the global advertising team at Meta. And for those of you that don't know Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Meta,
Mm,
one company, right? And my role was to develop the trainings, articles, courses on the new products that Meta would release. So sometimes it'd be something simple for everybody. Sometimes it'd be
mhm.
something really complicated only for the top end of advertisers. The engineers would build this new tool, this new ad, this new type of ad. You always see
Yeah.
things in Ads Manager. Well, my team is the team that was responsible for educating the mass populace on how to use it, what it is, what the strategy is. So if you've ever read an Facebook Help Center article, you might have
Yeah.
been reading my articles. If
Wow.
you looked at the Blueprint e-courses, you might be looking at one of the courses I helped build. If you ever took any of the certifications, you might be looking at questions that I helped write.
Wow. That's dope, man. That's a huge impact around the world because where there's a couple billion people on Facebook Meta platform, right? And it's a lot of businesses use that platform to run, right? People use that platform to connect. So you've been in the behind the curtain, right? Seeing what's happening there. So tell us a bit more about, working at Facebook. How do they see marketing and advertising for the small business owner?
Repeat that last part.
How do they see marketing and advertising for that small business owner? Because our audience are all small business owners, right? So,
Yeah.
how do they look at it compared to like a large brand that, they have a gazillion of dollars they can spend, but that small business owner who's trying to be nimble, how do they see that?
Yeah. So, I mean, when I was there, of course, there's a big push
Mm-hmm.
small businesses and to support training and education. One of the programs I helped to create and develop while I was there was a program to support minority-owned small businesses called Meta Elevate.
Hmm.
And so some folks may have participated, been a part of that, seen some of the trainings, that came out of a hackathon. that I was a part of to help, build this space. And so, I think that, there's a big push and support there. And I also think that um, there's only a certain level of ease that can come with any kind of marketing tool
Yeah.
or program. And so sometimes I think that, in my experience, small businesses have an adversarial relationship with, I think, Meta, but overall marketing in general.
Yeah, let's talk about that, right? Like, think about it. A lot of small business, when things start getting a little bit more challenging, the first thing they'll do is they cut marketing off, right?
Right.
Why do you think that is, and why this is not a this is a bad idea?
Yeah. I mean, I think most people, so, to put some perspective on it, my parents are both small business owners, right? So
Hmm.
when I grew up, before I even, was in school, my parents had small businesses. I was out there at the street fairs vending with them, selling everything from jewelry to skincare to
Mm.
health consults to bath salts, the whole nine, right? And I feel like a lot of folks just we don't have the training. We don't
Mm.
have, there's a perspective that if, and I think this is true with like nonprofits as well, but if I just do good, and I think it's two things. I think there's a perspective if I do good, people will come.
Yeah.
Old saying if they build it, people will come, and like that's I don't know who lied and just made that a quote and just like destroyed the whole world. But anyway, right? Like, and then I also think people are uncomfortable putting themselves out there because then you
Mm.
have to take rejection, right? And a lot of people who build businesses, they're building a business off their dream or their passion.
Yeah.
And they're like, I put my soul into this. This is the thing I've wanted to do, right? And they take someone not purchasing as a rejection. And so
Yeah,
the
they take
things
it
that feel
personal.
yeah. And it feels easier to work on the other things. But, it's it's counterintuitive. It's like nothing in your business makes you money.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like if you're not marketing, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I think some people have problem asking for the sale. They feel a little uncomfortable putting themselves out there. They don't want to face failure, you know. But the question is like, do you want the success that you aim? And that's one part. But the real question for me, which makes me unequivocally ready at all times to market myself and sell my services and put it on you and let you know what I'm doing, is because I know that I am doing marketing for social good. I'm helping companies that want to make a difference. I'm helping
Mm.
a woman who is helping other women get through menopause. I'm helping
Mhm.
a nonprofit who's helping young men, understand their emotions. I'm helping the person who has a natural product that's helping people's health and allowing them to walk again,
Mm.
right? I know that if I don't do this work, if I don't put it out, somebody doesn't get something that was going to be impactful to
Yeah.
their life. And
Yeah.
so
The ripple
most
effect.
people think of marketing as selfish. I'm talking
Mm.
about myself. I'm talking about my things. I don't want to put myself out there. Me, me, me. And I'm like, the most selfish thing you could really do is not market yourself,
Mm.
right? And I
That's a
asked some
gem right there.
clients, man, I asked some people that were, potential clients the other day, and they were kind of having this challenge, like I don't really feel comfortable with marketing like that. I don't really want to, do that. And I said, okay, hey, look, if you had the cure to cancer,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you were scared to sell it, nervous to talk about it and share it with the world. Would you be a bigger a-hole if you had the cure and didn't say it at all, or if you
Mm.
ran around and just tried to let anybody know whatever you could do?
Yeah, of course. Though not telling anybody you have the cure.
That's the real
That's
jerk.
Yeah.
right? So if you have a product or a service that's going to help someone and you don't scream it from the top of the mountains,
Yeah.
I think you're an a-hole.
It's a big disservice, right? It's a disservice to everybody else. So let's go a little bit deeper, right? Because you mentioned you
Yeah.
work with your clients. What exactly do you do now? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So essentially I help people, usually, coaches, but or course creators, people that are selling information products for the most
Mhm.
part, but we do have some product-based businesses. I help them use Facebook ads to consistently get leads and sales in their business.
Gotcha. So let's talk about that a little bit because some people are afraid of to run ads because
Hmm.
they think they're losing money, right? They think,
Yeah.
I put $100 in, I didn't make anything, this thing doesn't work.
Hmm.
Tell us more about that. Why
Yeah.
do they think that? What should they be thinking? How should they be seeing advertising overall, specifically Facebook ads?
Yeah. I think it's with anything, right? It's a skill set you're learning. When they ran their business for the first 3 months and they didn't make nothing. Oops, someone's at my door. I'm sorry. Give me
No,
one
no, go
second.
ahead, go grab it. This is why I love these live. This is real life. This is real life. So we have like good.
I'm back.
All right, good. That was fast.
Um, so what was I saying? Where were we
We're
at?
talking about people and their mindset when it comes to advertising. They don't make money for the first 2 days
Yeah.
or the first week.
You know
Uh,
what I want to know? And sorry if I'm a little bit aggressive in the way I share my message and my marketing. I hope the folks are cool with it. I'll be nice too, but my thing is like, well, you barely made any biz money in their business for the last 5 years, but you keep going, right? So, you know what I mean? Why haven't you stopped your business yet?
mm,
Right? Like, you know what I mean? You made the same amount of money for the last 3 years.
mm,
Why haven't you stopped?
yeah, yeah. Well,
Right?
let me
If we're
ask you
gonna
this.
if we're gonna talk about it like that,
Yeah.
right? And so it's because they have a passion, because they have a dream, because they want the success, because that's what they want to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Marketing is the only way to achieve the success that they want. And so you don't get on a bike for the first time, fall off, and be like, oh, well, bikes don't work. No,
No, no,
you
I
don't
like that
work.
analogy. It's a really good one, and it makes me want to go even deeper, right? So, let's say somebody, one of our listeners, listened to this, said, "Okay, the new year's coming, 2025 is here. I want to
Mhm.
start advertising on Facebook.
Yeah.
Um, what should they do? What should be their first step?"
Well, they should join my community,
Cool. We
school.com.
put the link. Reach out. Don't forget connect. It's on the comments, guys. So grab it.
Yes, yes, they should join there because you have to actually know, right? There's two. I like to think of ads as kind of like entering the cockpit of a spaceship, right? There's
Okay.
a whole bunch of buttons and like knobs and twisties, and if you don't know the right ones to push, you're gonna be pushing some of them, but you're never gonna get off the ground, and then you're gonna feel like it doesn't work,
Mm,
right? So you do need to learn the basics,
gotcha.
right? So as I said, they can join that communityschool.com/insider ad secrets to
Uh-huh.
start. Um, and then they just need to do something small. I have
What is
this kind
small?
of thing where people a lot of times will talk about organic, right? People are obsessed with organic. Well, I don't really have money for ads right now. You can tell I've talked to a lot of small businesses, right?
Yeah,
So,
of course.
I'm just, you know what I mean? And it's my passion helping them out. So if you feel yourself mirrored in any of these like caricatures that I'm playing, just know it's out of love and, be triggered just a little bit, okay? Right, but you got the whole like, well, I don't really, I don't have much money for ads right now. I really don't know if it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to stick with the organic because
Hmm.
you know what I mean? I'm just gonna kind of do the word of mouth. So why are you choosing to keep your business small
Mm.
when
Why are
there's so
you
many
choosing to
people,
keep your business small?
when there's so many people who need what you do, right?
Wow,
And
that's huge.
because you refuse to get back on the bike and keep trying to ride it until you learn that, hey, the bike will actually stay up if you're using enough momentum.
So I want to go further, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that fear of, because you said, why do you choose to keep your business small? And somebody said, well, I don't want to keep my business small. I want to grow it. So, but they don't know how much should I be spending on ads. They don't
Yeah.
know, when is ad is actually working, right? Or how long should I wait before they see the work happening?
Hmm.
Because, you could spend $100 every day and no sales coming in. So can you talk a bit more about that? Because these are
Yeah.
some of the stuff that people have in their head right now.
So I'll say a couple of things, right? In the question of why do you choose to keep your business small? And what I mean by that is people will say, hey, I'm going to do organic and I'm going to hire a videographer and he's going to edit some stuff for me. It's going to be some outsourced person. I'm going to post on social media and hopefully that gets me enough clients.
Mm-hmm.
But most small businesses are not really getting a whole bunch of new clients from posting a video on social media.
Yeah.
When you post, you're basically only posting to your followers because most small businesses are good at their business. They're not incredible content creators. If you want to win at the organic game, your content needs to be incredible. And you
Mm,
gotta make stuff every day. You can barely post every day. So how are you going to make new, like, what I'm saying? People just say it because it sounds nice, because it's
yeah.
free. But it's not free. You're paying your videographer, you're spending time, you're editing, and you're probably not going to be consistent, right? And so halfway it's an excuse to not
Mm-hmm.
fully dive into the marketing. And then if you are, say you are paying a videographer, my question is, hey, would you rather have 100 videos seen by 100 people or one video seen by 1,000 people?
Of course, you want the one video being seen by 1,000 people.
Right? And so when they're posting new content every day that's going to the exact same followers that they had yesterday, and because they're not an expert at organic, it's not really growing their reach or growing people outside of their base who are seeing it. It's just the same 20%, 10 to 20% of the people who already follow them. And that's a small percent of all their followers that are actually seeing it.
So,
So I would rather not try to make new content every day. Why don't I just make 3 to 4 really good videos and
yeah.
then I'll just spend the same amount I was going to spend on a videographer, social media manager, person to shoot, makeup, clothes, whatever I need to make the content and keep posting every day. Why don't I eliminate all of that? And there goes my whole ad budget.
Well, let me ask you this, right? How do you know the content is good? I mean, how should you test it to see, okay, this is good for ads? You know what I mean? Because you can have a
Mhm.
lot of contents out there for ads and none of them works.
Yeah. So, I mean, ads are dependent on a lot of things, on your offer, on your
Mm.
visual. There are some creative best practices. I share those in the community for folks if they want to know like what those specifics are.
Yeah.
It's a lot to kind of break down in this piece, but the main thing is like try and keep working on it. So you asked me, what's a good amount and just kind of like some of those specifics, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I had a client and she's been running ads for 5 years before she worked with me. All
Oh,
right.
wow.
So she's like, I'm pretty knowledgeable, but you sound like you got some stuff that you're talking about. So let me see what you're talking about. Right. And so she took our ads intensive. And it was kind of, she took it when she was in a slump with her ads. They weren't really
Mm-hmm.
working too well. And so she took the intensive and I said, hey, look, this is how you want to think about ads. Pick an amount that you're going to spend per month
Mm-hmm.
and spend it per month, no matter what. And keep working on it until you find the result that you want. And then I
Mm.
teach them how to optimize it, what to look at, what to review, what they should change. All right.
Yeah.
And I tell the story even when clients are getting ready to work with me because I think some people have the expectation that if I turn on ad, that means I turned on money. Right. And they're not like,
No, no,
right.
that is the perception, right? It's like, oh, I'm just gonna run ads and I'm gonna start printing.
You know what I'm saying? And then my question to be is like, well, isn't that true then? Wouldn't that be true for all businesses? If you just start a business, you'll just make money. Oh, whoa, yeah, you're right on that. Let me, right? You know what I'm saying? It takes work, it takes systems, it takes processes, it takes experience, it takes actually doing it
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
consistent amount of time,
yeah.
right? So, so in the case of her, right? She committed to running $300 a month. That's
That's about
10
10
bucks
bucks a
a day.
day. Yeah.
10 bucks a day. People be spending more than that on dinner.
On Chipotle, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go out to two fancy dinners on a date.
That's like 100 bucks right there.
You go to Starbucks every day.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, that's
You
right.
you know what I'm saying? But you look at your subscriptions, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't figure out $10 a day to spend on the most important thing in your entire life,
Mm.
right? And I say life because for most people, especially a small business owner, their business is one of the most important things in their life because that's what
Yeah,
gives them the funding they need to take care of their families and themselves.
yeah. No, that's absolutely right.
But they can't figure out, oh, I can't learn this skill set, do it every day, spend $10 a day on the only thing that I'm probably doing for the most part that's going to bring me more revenue and grow
Mm.
my business because I'm nervous or because I think I'm talking about myself too much or is it going to work or it didn't work for 1 month.
Yeah, yeah. I want some form of guarantee.
Well, who got it? You know what I'm saying? If you want a guarantee, go buy a franchise, and that's still not guaranteed,
That's definitely not
right?
guaranteed.
You didn't go into a guarantee world when you started a business. It has like an 80 something percent failure rate.
Yeah. No, you're
And most
absolutely
of it is
right.
because people won't do the marketing.
Yeah,
Right?
no, no, it's full circle, right? It's really about, are you doing the marketing? Are you getting in front of the right people? And I truly believe in advertising. I think, with ads, you can get in front of 10,000 people quicker than you would by going to 100 networking event, right? So you spend a lot of money going to networking events and conferences, and and sometimes you don't get anything out of it, right? You shake a lot of hands, you make some calls, but nothing came about of it. So you got to really analyze your investments, where you're spending your time, where you're spending your money, to see what's working.
Spend a
um
thousand dollars for the conference ticket,
yeah,
500 for the flight and Ubers,
yeah,
1,500 for the hotel.
you
That's
had
like
5 grand
$4,000.
already. Yeah.
But they won't spend 5 grand on some Facebook ads.
No, I
Right?
think.
They spent $200, didn't get a return. Oh, this doesn't work.
No, I think you own to something here, right? I think a lot of small business owners should really consider running advertising. And I think sometimes people feel like, oh, the person running it don't know what they're doing, or they're is scamming me, but I
You
think
don't know.
the mindset has to be testing.
And,
It's
and I say for the entrepreneurs, you don't know what you're doing,
yeah.
right?
That's why
How are
they
you
need your
going to
program to learn.
rely, right? But and my thing is, how are you going to rely the most important part of your business, the lifeline of any business, is
Yeah, it's
the
lead flow.
acquisition of customers.
Yeah.
How are you going to leave the most important thing in your business hands off to somebody else whose failure or success is not tied to whether that business is success or fails?
Yeah.
Right? Like anytime I get a potential client and they say anything to me like, hey, I'd really just like to be completely hands off and maybe you could just handle it all and I don't have to even think about it, I will not work with them.
Mm.
I say, you know what, that's great. And I might not say that like that
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I say, yeah, that completely, makes sense. Marketing is really important for you. You definitely want to have your eyes on it. And maybe you want to take one of the courses, but I won't work with them because I know that they're not going to be involved. And
Yeah.
they have to be, right?
Yeah.
But let me tell you the story of the woman, right? Because I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
I was
yeah.
telling you the story about the woman who ran the ads. So she was in a bit of a rut with her ads. She took my program. And as I said, pick a number and just pick it every month and work,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
300 bucks.
hers was 10 bucks a day, 300 for the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people before I even work with them, I say this, and I tell them her story because I like a lot of I don't want y'all to think I'm just beating up on small businesses here, right? A lot of the people that are in marketing and that sell ads and like sell this kind of stuff be promising like the
The
sky,
world.
moon, and the universe, right? If you just do this one ad and even Facebook in their marketing, you could just spend $5 and reach this many. So, like the people be fronting, you
Yeah.
know? And so I get that too. And so because people have been promised a universe and then didn't get those results, right? They're
Yeah,
rightfully
skeptics and yeah, you've been hurt. So you kind of like cautious of your heart.
exactly. Exactly, right? So this is kind of why I tell them, I said, just work like this and keep doing it. So she spent $300 her first month, right?
Mhm.
After she took the intensive with the stuff she learned, and she implemented her ads and she ran the ads. How much do you think she made?
Double her money, 600. I don't know what kind of product she's selling, so
She
I'm
made
assuming 600 to
zero,
1,000.
zero,
Okay. Okay.
$0.
Okay.
Okay.
That's first month. Uh-huh.
Right. Oh my God, a whole month. Oh, right. And it depends, of course, the faster you spend, the more you spend, the faster you get the data, right? So some people be like, why does it take so long? Well,
Ooh,
you only
you
spent
said something here.
$300.
Let me before we go to the rest of the story, you said a gem here. You said that, the if you want faster results, you got to spend more quicker. So
Hmm.
that means if you want to find out if your ads are working properly, instead of spending $10, maybe you need to spend $100 a day to kind of really test it because now you get exposed to a bigger audience quicker. Am I correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Gotcha.
It's just about how many people do you reach, right?
Yeah.
So if you said, hey, I need 20 sales, right, of whatever your thing is, right? Say you were just going to go do this word of mouth and talk to people. I need 20 sales. And one person says, well, I'm going to talk to 10 people every day until I get my 20 sales. And someone says, I'm going to talk to two people every day until I get my 20 sales. Who's going to get the 20 sales first?
The one that speak to more people.
It's just, but people don't think like that. They're like, oh, I'm spending $3 a day and I haven't seen any results in 2 weeks. I'm like, you spent $25.
No, no, no. This is super valuable conversation, right? So
No,
I want to hear the rest of the story. So the first month, zip, they got zero.
zero, zero. Okay, so she did what we told her to do.
Yeah.
Here's the adjustments. Here's how you judge the campaign. These are the metrics you need to look out. Here's the adjustments. So she did that.
Mm-hmm.
Month two, did the adjustment, said everything. She said, all right, I'm spending my 300. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a lot. As I said,
Yeah.
we're not trying to break you. We're not trying, you know what I mean? It's $10 a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can figure out $10 a day
Yeah,
because
of course.
right? So she did it the second month. Guess
Mm-hmm.
how much you think she made this time?
Zero.
Dang it, you're right.
Uh, Trust me, I've met a lot of people over the years.
Look,
I
right?
ran
And
out myself.
she made zero,
Uh-huh.
right? Most people at that point, that would be their last month.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh my God, I spent $600 on this thing. It's not working. Facebook ads doesn't work. Oh, this is a scam.
He scammed me, right? He didn't really teach me what he need. It just works for him. That's some other business. You ever seen that little like it's like a meme where like these two people are like digging sideways and
Yeah.
like one person gets to the diamonds and the other
And
person's
the
like a
diamond's
slip
like
left.
right there.
Right. And
Yeah.
they're like, ah, this doesn't work. And they go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so same thing, month three. I saw her month three, 3 weeks into her campaign. So she had spent somewhere around 250 so far.
Hmm.
What do you think she made?
Maybe the first sales came in.
Okay, so what? Just give me an amount from her 250. What do you think she made?
$1,000.
Okay, so she sold 10 sales
Okay.
of her vacation package
How much was
to
the vacation pack?
cold leads at $3,000 a pop.
Holy shit. She made 30 grand.
30 freaking grand, bro, in
Wow.
3 weeks.
Wow. That's after spending 2 months getting nothing. That's the part that a lot of people don't talk about. They're like, I ran Facebook ads and I made $30,000 from spending 250 bucks. Not saying I spent 3 months not making any money. And then I made money. That's huge. Why do you
Right.
think that happened? Is it because the algorithm took that long to learn to find the right people that will buy the product? Tell us
Both.
about how does that work?
Right. So she had it's so you're let me show you, right? You asked for some slides. I guess I can do some slides.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you share capabilities.
Okay.
Let me know when yep, you should be good to share.
All right, boom. All right, so this is the percent sales contribution by advertising element. These are all the things that are in your ads, right?
Okay.
Context is your caption, creative is
Mm-hmm.
your visual, brand is just like how well known is your brand, reach is how many people your ad reaches, how many people see it,
Mm-hmm.
when they saw it, and then your target audience.
Mm.
Most people are super surprised by the target audience thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
here's
am too. I would expect it to be higher.
and I'll tell you exactly why that is. I got stories for days, man. Right? You know what really makes me mad? Those people who be like, let's A B C D E F G test the caption when it's only worth 2%. You're
Mm.
literally optimizing for the smallest
Yeah.
possible percent that you could get,
So you're
right?
fooled. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I'm getting excited.
Right? Your visual. This is the
Mm.
most important aspect of your ad. Forget testing your caption, make a different video, make a different picture. Which one connects with people? Which
Mm-hmm.
one is the one, right? So, this is one of the big things we talk about when we're doing the optimization. She made her visuals for month one. They didn't quite connect with people. It wasn't the thing that got people clicking.
Yeah.
She made some changes. Okay, let me change the offer a little bit. Let me change the visual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, still didn't really connect with people. But that third one, though, when she figured it out and the algorithm learned enough after running ads for 2 months, and
Yeah.
she learned enough from 2 months of testing different visuals, she found the right visual and Facebook found the right audience.
Boom.
And so I
Money.
asked entrepreneurs, hey, would you spend 750 bucks or 900 plus whatever she spent on my program? So would you spend 2,500
Yeah.
and wait 3 months for a $30,000 return?
Hell yeah. You just 10x your investment.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so people don't think of it like that.
No, I'm glad you said that, right? Which take me to another question for you. Um, when it comes to like running ads, specifically with Facebook, you know, what should be a good offer number, right? Because she had a $3,000 program, so that made sense. She could have spent 3,000 and don't get a sale until she got that one sale. She would have broke even, so it would make perfect sense. For someone that has a $5 product or a $7 product, does it make sense to run ads?
Yes, that's actually the best way to run ads.
Tell
The
me
best
more.
way is what's called basically like a self-liquidating offer,
Okay.
right? And so people get the wrong idea about ads. They think that ads is supposed to just make them all this money, right?
Mm.
Ads is supposed to bring you awareness, right?
Mm.
So even when people are talking about a funnel, they're like, my ads aren't converting. I'm like, your ads don't convert. Your website or your landing page or your page converts. Your ads bring you traffic. So why are you judging your conversion by your ad? You need to be looking
Mm.
at, is the traffic working? Is it a lot of qualified people? And if it's a lot of qualified people, but they're not converting, well, that means you need to work on your offer and your page,
Yeah.
right? But ads aren't super complicated. It's more it's more about the offer. For instance, do I need to
The
make it
mindset too.
complicated? Right? Do I need to if I have a 50-inch flat screen TV for 10 bucks,
Mm.
do I really need to be really sophisticated in my ad, or could I literally just write on a blank piece of paper and take a picture of it, or just freaking graphic
Yeah.
design, no photos, no nothing, and say 50-inch flat screen TV for
By
10
now.
bucks?
Yeah.
Do you need to do anything creative with your targeting, with your audience, with
No,
your
of course
writing?
not. Just let it ride because
You
it's
just have a good offer.
yeah.
So people need to work on their offers, right? And giving something to somebody of value for five, anything 15 bucks or less, right? Your goal with ads isn't to make a bunch of money, it's just to break even. Because
Mm,
to me, if I can spend $1,000 on customer acquisition and
mm-hmm,
make $1,000 back, that means I just got $1,000 worth of free advertising. I just got
mm-hmm.
$1,000 worth of new customers in my business who will then buy all type of other stuff,
Because a buyer is a buyer is a buyer.
right?
Yeah.
Versus, I'm not a huge fan of like what most people go for is lead magnets, right? Most people have
Mm-hmm.
heard of magnets because I don't want to really advertise to a bunch of window shoppers.
Because they're just getting something for free.
Right. Everybody can get something for, oh, well, you know what? It's free.
Now,
You know?
I love this. I think this is because I'll share one experience I'm going through right now, right? So I have a self-liquidating offer, right? $7. It's 1,000 plus business leads that owners can take advantage of. And we're running ads. We got about 24 sales that came in so far. But what our challenge for us is being able to track the sales enough to say that they came from Facebook,
Hmm.
or they came from me posting organically through our communities, right? So, which is something you and I can talk offline about. But the whole purpose of that is now those 24 people or customers, they purchase something. And then now, if I have something else that could be valuable for them, they can end up purchasing that too. And they can
Exactly.
purchase something else. You see what I mean? So it
Hmm.
create like you have actual customers, people that are willing to spend money to do business with you. So I get it.
Yeah.
I think that's huge because a lot of people don't even think about that.
Right. Right. And so that's what's most important. I think the best thing you can do is have a low ticket offer, right? Because if she, for instance, the other lady who had that the success after the 3 months,
Yeah.
maybe if she had something that was $3 or $5 as like a travel guide to wherever she was going,
Yeah.
right? Maybe she'd spend 250 and get 150 back, right? Maybe she spent
Yeah.
300, 150 back, and then it would keep building up, right? But if my thing is like, and people are afraid to spend, but if I can spend $100 today and if I get $100 back, like I'll ask you this question.
You didn't lose any money.
So if I said guarantee, if you give me $1,000 and I'll give you 1,000 back plus 1,000 worth of advertising and customers, right? And you see it works. How much do you spend month two?
Shit, spent two.
Right? As much as freaking humanly possible.
Yeah.
Because it's free.
It's a
You're gonna,
mindset thing, man. It's I agree. I think advertising, specifically Facebook ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, it's a mindset thing. To be able to see the data and seeing the result. I mean, reading the data and know what to look for is super valuable. But I
yeah,
truly believe that if you have that mindset, you're like, well, you know, if I spend $100, I'm gonna make 100 back. Okay, I'm gonna break even. But now I have all these leads and customers that I can follow up with and offer them something else that might be even more valuable to them. You know,
yep. To me, the most relatable thing to marketing for small businesses is going to the gym, right?
break that
And
down.
why I say that is for a couple reasons, right? Is you don't need to I mean you don't need to necessarily have any type of particular mindset to know
Hmm.
that it works, right? If you do the work, if you go to the gym and you work out every day and you eat
It's
whatever
gonna
healthy
work.
food you're supposed to eat, it might take a month, it might take 2 months, it might take 6 months, but you're gonna get there,
Yeah, because you're doing the
right? You're
work.
doing the work.
Yeah.
And the only question is, are you going to do the work consistently?
That
But you
is
don't have to
huge.
believe. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? If you go to the gym and you work out and you eat healthy, you're going to be in better shape.
Yeah,
It's not,
it's given.
You know what I mean? And so if you show up every day in your business and you do some marketing and you keep staying consistent with it, if you look in the mirror after 1 month in the gym, you probably don't gonna see much.
Nope.
If you go to the gym for 2 months, you
You
might feel a little easier, might feel
but
a
you
little
won't
more
see nothing.
comfortable,
Yeah.
feel a little less sore, but you're still gonna look the same.
Yeah.
Month three, you probably will still look the same to yourself, but other people will start looking at you like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You've been working out, they'll start saying that to you, right? The problem is most people get motivated in January and February, go to the gym, and then don't go back until December, right? Or right for a month before summer happens. And
No,
then
you're
right
absolutely right.
in before, the end of the year, right? So if you have inconsistent input, you're going to have inconsistent output.
I'll put.
If you have
Woohoo.
inconsistent marketing, you're going to have inconsistent revenue.
Ooh, that's gold right there. Oh man, you spitting that fire tonight, bro. No, no, I agree 100%, man. I think that's the best analogy that I've heard so far. Running ads is like going to the gym. And if you don't see it that way, then it's not gonna work for you.
And it's like all you gotta do is set up the ads. You know what I mean? It's not even like you actually gotta work out hard every day. You know what I mean?
No,
Like you
just
just gotta set them
let it
up.
run and test it, keep testing it, keep optimizing it, and then eventually it's gonna work. And could be 2 days, it could be 6 months, but all those data gathering that you're doing, I think that's the part a lot of people don't even think about because
Mhm.
that thing is running for 6 months. You're getting so much data points. When it start printing, it's gonna print. And I think a lot of us make that mistakes, right? Like I know for sure I have in the past where I've
Mhm.
started running ads. Like I remember when I had my last company, I used to run ads for a book that I had. Uh,
Mhm.
it was making sales, but
Yeah.
it wasn't profitable, and I didn't have any offer in the back end. So I stopped running it, which was a big mistake, right?
It's like
Because
all
that
you had
thing
to
was
do is
bringing
drop an
in
offer on the back end.
yeah, but at the time I didn't have a mentorship. That was before I even got into any mentorship, right? But
Hmm.
by just doing that, now looking back, it was a big mistake because I was gathering data. I was making about 200 to 300 bucks a day from the sales, and I'm like, oh, but I was spending about 400 or 500 bucks a day, and I'm like, oh, this ain't making money. Let me just turn it off.
Hmm.
And I'm sure a lot of people have done that in the past. But if I had kept it running and add some more offers in the back end, it would have blew up.
Yeah.
Huh? So,
Yeah.
wow, we have your link for your Ad Insider community. Any last thing you want to share with business owners? Because I just realized the time we've been talking for close to an hour, brother. This is so
Really?
good.
It could not have been that long. That's
It's almost an hour.
crazy.
Like 10 more minutes, it would have been an hour.
Oh, that is wild. I felt like we've been on for like 15 minutes.
I know. It's start getting good. We got to get you back here. So, any last thing
Um,
you want to share with the people, especially because we have
yeah.
a lot of small business owners from the US and other part of the world. Some of them just starting out, some of them, growing their businesses. They want to
Hmm.
connect with each other, but I know this
Okay.
information can save and change some of their lives.
Gotcha. Yes. One, I just sent you another link here in the Zoom chat. That's if sometimes I do like rapid 15-minute free sessions for folks just to like, if they have any specific issues or specific things they want to talk about, then, I just support them by giving them like a rapid
Is
session.
that the preview insider secret one?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. I've added that on there already.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
I want to use the whiteboard. Can I use the whiteboard?
Yes, I don't know how to do that, but if you know, let's do it.
Cool. I just want to show this is the last thing I want people to leave from.
Okay,
All right. And usually I do it with an audience. So you're going to be the audience and talk from the perspective of like the business owners and the small businesses that you know. All
cool.
right. So what this is right here, this is what I call the investment triangle.
Mm,
All right. And what are the only two things that you can invest?
money and time.
Right. Time and money. Right. So this is what
Hmm.
you have to invest
Yeah.
with, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's only three things or three broad areas in your business that you can invest in. So, what is an area in your business that you might spend time or money on?
Marketing, people, and your product.
Perfect. Sales and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You said your product or service,
And
and then
people.
people would be overhead and admin. All right. So these are the
Mm-hmm.
only three areas in your business that you can invest in. All right. Now you have 100% of time and money, right? Together, this all
Mm-hmm.
equals 100% because you don't have more than 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is, for most businesses and most small businesses, what do you think these percentages are?
Probably 50% on product or service,
Hmm.
40% on people, and the other
Yep.
10% in sales and marketing.
Yep. That's about what I see, right? 50%. And they're like, well, I have to have a product or service, or what am I going to sell? And
Mm-hmm.
I need this help, right? I need these people, right? So you said 40%. And then after they've paid a bunch of product and service and overhead and admin, then they're like, oh yeah, I guess I should do a little bit of this. Right?
I guess
So I'm gonna ask a second question, right? About investment. What is the purpose of an investment?
to make you more money, to
Right? To
let your
make you
money work for
more
you.
than what you spend. Okay. So let's go through each of these areas. We'll start with in the order that you have, right?
Yeah.
And this is accurate. It's what I see a lot. Product or service. If you invest more in your product or service, does that mean you are going to get a return and get more money?
Not necessarily, if nobody knows about it.
Perfect. A good way I like to explain this, because you're already advanced. You know a lot
Yeah.
of this. So you're answering the questions, but the small businesses are going to be like, well, yeah, obviously, if I got more products, I'm going to make more money because I can sell more. So I like to use this example, right? If you're a t-shirt company,
Yeah.
right? And you have 500 t-shirts printed in the house, sitting up in the living room, taking up space, and you go spend more money. So now you have another 500 t-shirts in your living room. Have you
Mm.
made any more money?
No, not really. It's just because they're
Now
still
you
there.
you just got more inventory sitting,
That's it.
right? If you're a course creator, right, and you're
Hmm.
having trouble selling your courses, and you build another course or program, does that make you any more money?
No, you just now have two courses sitting there.
Right? You know what I'm saying? If you got a restaurant and nobody comes in the door and you make a new dish,
You could
is
keep
anybody
making dishes all day, but
right? So investing in your product or service doesn't necessarily make you more money,
it
right?
makes you
This is
feel
why
good.
it's busy work,
Yeah,
right?
makes you feel
And
like you're
so
working on your business.
this is why companies like Apple release an iPhone while it still has a bunch of bugs in it.
Mm,
Because they're not worried about making it perfect. You're going to make it perfect by using it and telling them what's wrong, and they'll go back and fix it and send you
yeah,
updates every couple of months,
yeah,
right? But
yeah,
imagine if they waited till the whole iPhone was perfect before they released it. Well, every other company would win.
yeah. Speed to success, right? Was it success love speed?
So, overhead and admin. If you have a nice new office, does that make you more money?
No, it makes
If
you
you
feel better
hire
about yourself.
right. You know what I'm saying? If you have more staff, does that make you more money?
No, more people for you to pay. It boosts up your
Right.
ego. So you can say, hey, I have 50 people that works here. But if you can't pay them, they're
Right.
not gonna stay long.
I was talking to someone the other day, and we were asking me to review their website. They're like,
Hmm.
we're redoing their website and we're fixing it. Can you review it for me? Or, can you tell me what you think? And my question was, why are you building a new website? And they're
Mm.
like, well, I need new people. I need some more customers. I need to, do marketing and make more. And people like that is a marketing directly related thing, right? So it's a thought process, right? She's like, oh, I need to do it more. And I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, and how am I going to get more people if I don't update this website and make it put the updated stuff and whoop de whoop. So I said, okay. I said, do you have any customers now?
No.
She said, yes. She's like, okay. I was like, all right, you have customers now. I'm like, did they use your current website? Like, yes. So your website works. So you need more people. So instead of spending the next 3 weeks
Building a
writing an
site.
edit, changing your website, why don't you spend the next 3 weeks calling every potential person in your phone, every potential person on LinkedIn, every person that's ever reached out to you before that didn't end up taking your service, every
Mhm.
person that did end up taking your service, and why don't you just call them and text them, every single one of them? Which one do you think you'll have more money on by the end of the 3 weeks? Building a new website or reaching out to 300 people,
Reaching out 300 people.
right? So overhead and admin, if you invest in it, it doesn't make you money.
Mm.
So what's the only thing in your business that actually has a return on investment?
Sales and marketing.
And it's the smallest thing that people put all importance on. It's the thing that people do as an afterthought.
Unbelievable.
And then they wonder why their business isn't where it's at. If your triangle looks anywhere close to this, you don't need to ask why your business isn't as successful as you would like it to be.
Yeah.
Because you're investing in the wrong things and it's your fault.
Wow. That's another gem right here. You are investing in the wrong thing.
That's just what it is. And that's why your business isn't growing. It's not
Woo!
people make this stuff emotional. It's not emotional. If you go to the gym and you eat healthy, you're gonna get better. Whatever emotions you have around going to the
It has
gym are
nothing to do with
personal.
your body.
You
Getting
know,
that six pack.
and I'm telling you, like, even for this is a struggle for me. I've been wanting a six pack for a while. It ain't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
You
one
gotta
one
go
day.
to the gym and eat more, man. You gotta
But
do
I don't be consistent enough with it.
it. Nah, it
And
makes sense.
it's the same thing here. It's not an emotional thing. If you do the right investment and you do the work, it'll work. Right? So let me show you what these percentages should actually be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Overhead and admin, what's that?
20%.
20%. 20%.
Mm. Wow.
So what's left for sales and marketing?
60. Yeah, you took
60%.
99% of business owners get this wrong.
This is why I start here rather than trying to give them steps on how to run Facebook ads.
That makes so much sense.
Because they can't even get to ads because their whole investment is off,
No, that makes a lot of sense.
right? 60% of your time and your money in your business should be invested in marketing, whatever that looks like. You can work with me, you cannot work with me. You can run
Yeah,
ads, you cannot run ads. I don't really care. Just market your freaking business and sell some
yeah.
of your services and products, whether it's ads, direct emailing, direct texting, calling people,
Posting,
messaging people,
calling,
making
texting,
content.
whatever it takes. Yeah, I
That's
agree
the
100%.
job.
Yeah, that's
And they're
that's the
like, but
job
I
at
just
the
want to
owner.
be the CEO. And how you going, what are you talking about? That's the job. The CEO's job is to make the business money. Sales and marketing. That's your job. You're a founder of business. Your job is a sales and marketer.
Marketing. Yeah. Oh, I don't
If
want to
not,
sell. I'm not comfortable in selling.
then sell your idea and sell it to an actual business person
No,
and
no.
get a job with them implementing your idea for your product and service. And I know it sounds messed up. This is my baby. Well, then go and market it.
That's it. No, this made so much sense because I believe a lot of small business owners holding themselves back because they're not willing to invest time and money. That's 60% in sales and marketing. And then they wonder why their business is not growing. Not understanding this is where 60% of your effort should be. And as you grow the business, you got to keep spending more on sales and marketing. I mean, think about it. McDonald's, Burger King, right? Macy's, these guys are billion-dollar businesses, still spend a lot of money in sales and marketing.
Right. But my little business that don't nobody know about and that I operate out of my house, I don't need to do that. I can just do it organically.
Yeah.
Right?
I can have
I
one
can just
post a week and expect
right.
everybody to know about my business. No,
Five
no,
dollars a day will
that's
get
right.
me there, I'm sure. I want to be a millionaire. And if I just spend $5 a day on these ads for 2 months, for 3 weeks before I do this launch,
No, I think that there is a perception, right? That we think having a business, having a cute website is going to automatically bring you customers, not understanding that you need to really put the effort on promotion, on marketing, and really promoting your business, your services, to get the customers. Like we collectively as business owners have to be super bullish on that if we want to take our business from where it is now to the next level.
Exactly. And if you're not spending 60% of your time, and you can't delegate that. You can't delegate the main thing. You know what I mean? Like delegate the things, delegate the other stuff. Delegate the
Yeah.
overhead and admin, the product and the service, the execution, the sales and marketing. No, of course you can have an agency that helps you. You can have a coaching program that supports you get there. You can take a course. You can have somebody on your team that's responsible, but you can't take your eyes off of the main
Yeah,
thing.
especially if you're under $1 million, it doesn't make any sense. You gotta invest that time because that's what's gonna get you to the million.
And so that's what I would leave people with, right?
I
Is
like
is
that.
is look, um, make sure you're investing in the right things, right? 60% of your time and energy in your sales and marketing. And remember why you're doing it, right?
Mm,
You're doing this for your family, you're doing this for yourself, you're doing this for your legacy. You're doing this because your product or service has the means to impact and change someone's life, and you need to get it out there. The
yeah.
reason I'm passionate about my marketing, the reason I'll share it, the reason I'll stay up late talking about it, the reason I'll stay on a call extra with the client to make sure they get it is because I know that the people I help are making a difference in the world,
Yeah.
right? And if I can help them make that difference, help them feed their family, help their children go to college, help the woman that took one of our clients' coaching program and walked for the first time in 10 years without a cane.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Right.
Changing lives. But
Well,
you can't
what
change life
matters,
if you stay a secret.
you know?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like it's very serious. And if you approach it from that perspective of, hey, I have this skin product that's going to help somebody that has eczema be more confident so they can conquer the world. I'm going to help other small businesses make enough money to support their families and feel their freedom that they need. I've got a program that helps young men feel more comfortable and be able to express their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a program that helps people learn how to travel. If that wins, the world has changed. So do whatever you have to do. Breathe, meditate, hee haw, get over yourself, feng shui, change your mindset. Whatever thing is going to inspire you to go out there and share to the world that you have that cure to the problem they're ailing, that they're feeling, right? You deserve to share your gift. You owe it. And the only way to do that is through communication. Marketing, people think is just sales. But at the heart of the day,
Mm.
at the end of the day, marketing is about understanding someone, the problems that they're going through, and being able to effectively communicate, hey, I hear what you're going through. I understand that. It sounds very difficult. And also, I've worked with a lot of people that have that same challenge. And let me tell you, there is a way out. And if you trust, and here's the proof, I can help you get there.
That's huge,
That's what
man.
marketing is about.
Nah, this is dope. Wow. Wow. This was worth the full hour, man. Thank you for sharing so much gems. I mean, you were dropping gems over gems over gems. Guys, connect with Tevah, the idea man. His links is in the comments. Click on them, reach out to him. As you can see, he knows what he's talking about. And he actually used to work for Facebook, so I trust him a little bit more than some other people. Thank you for jumping on, brother. Any
Absolutely.
last word before we let you go?
Man, I repeat this when you wake up in the morning. I am an excellent marketer. I do this for the people.
I'm an excellent marketer. I do this for the people. Let's go.
Let's
Thank you,
go.
sir. This was amazing.
Absolutely.